This is Fred Liers of Health Products Distributors, and today I'm talking about a product we call Hepa Plus. This is a liver support formula, and it was developed and formulated by my father, Dr. Hank Liers, and he decided he was going to develop the best liver support formula he could. This was a number of years ago, and Hepa Plus was the result, and it's still with us today. Hepa Plus was designed to be an effective and synergistic liver protection formula. It offers significant nutritional support for liver function and detoxification processes. In a nutshell, Hepa Plus supports detoxification and liver health. And those two really go hand in hand. And in this modern world where we're so exposed to toxins all the time, this product definitely has a place in many people's supplement regimens. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the liver itself, and then I'm going to switch over and talk about the product. One of the primary ways in which the body rids itself of toxins is through the liver. In fact, the liver is really one of the hardest working organs in the body. It works tirelessly to detoxify our blood, produce the bile that we need to digest fat, break down hormones, and store essential vitamins, minerals, and iron. And I'm going to break it down a little further. Some of the essential functions of the liver include processing nutrients absorbed by the intestines so they are more efficiently absorbed. Basically, you get more nutrients. Regulating blood composition to balance protein, fat, and sugar. Destroying old red blood cells. Producing essential chemicals that help blood clot properly. Breaking down and metabolizing alcohol and medications. Producing essential proteins and cholesterol. Removing toxins from the bloodstream, including bilirubin, ammonia, and many others, and the storing of minerals, iron, and vitamin A. And that's just a thumbnail of the many things that the liver does. When the liver is kept in a state of health, and then it's able to do its job, it's able to help detoxify you, it's able to help to do all those essential functions that are really required for you to be healthy. So what are the ingredients in Hepa Plus that allow it to provide such excellent support for liver function? First of all, it comes in a veggie cap, and there's 120 capsules in a bottle. So if you took one a day, that's 120 days. Probably a stronger, more therapeutic dose, depending on what you're doing, would be up to 4 capsules a day. So you can take 1 to 4 capsules a day. Now, in 4 capsules of Hepa Plus, let's start at the top. There are 20 milligrams of vitamin B1 as thiamine HCl. There are 100 micrograms of selenium as L-selenomethionine. There are 100 micrograms of molybdenum as molybdenum glycinate chelate. There are 400 milligrams of L-cysteine HCl. There are 360 milligrams of standardized milk thistle seed extract, which is standardized to 80% silymarin. There are 300 milligrams of dandelion root extract, 4:1. There are 200 milligrams of glycine, 200 milligrams of taurine, 160 milligrams of L-ornithine, SHCl, and 100 milligrams of alpha-lipoic acid. I want to cover what is maybe the most important function of Hepa Plus. Hepa Plus is designed to be an amazingly powerful support for glutathione in the body. Did you know that glutathione levels are actually in the liver responsible for about 60% of liver detoxification? 60%, that's a lot. Hepa Plus is formulated to build and protect glutathione levels in the liver. And glutathione is one of the top, if not the top, antioxidants in the body. Glutathione is just used everywhere. It's an incredibly important antioxidant. It's actually a tripeptide consisting of L-cysteine, glycine, and glutamic acid. the body has to maintain high levels of these amino acids in order for the liver to function properly. So for example, the body maintains high levels of glutamic acid, and actually L-cysteine is the rate-limiting amino acid for the production of glutathione itself. And to a lesser extent, glycine is important. But you can see these parts all have to work together, as well as taurine. Taurine is also it's another sulfur-containing amino acid that can contribute to glutathione production. So we have all these. We actually have all these amino acids in the product, and in particular L-cysteine, because it is the rate-limiting amino acid for the production. So you can only use all those other amino acids to make glutathione. They all depend on L-cysteine levels. That makes it an incredibly important amino acid for the body and liver function and glutathione production. Another ingredient in the product that helps to support glutathione production is alpha-lipoic acid. Now, alpha-lipoic acid has been shown to increase glutathione production in the body by up to 30%. 30%, that's like a 1/3 increase in glutathione production by having enough alpha-lipoic acid. In fact, in one study they were looking at severe liver failure patients who had severe liver failure and who would die if they weren't given a liver transplant. And these people were waiting for new livers, and they gave them intravenous alpha-lipoic acid. 75% of those 79 patients survived long enough to either get a liver or not need one. So that's that's one study, but just to give a taste of like how important alpha-lipoic acid can be for supporting the liver and supporting those glutathione levels. And I will also add that the substance silymarin from milk thistle extract has also been shown to not only prevent the depletion of glutathione induced by alcohol and other toxic chemicals, but has been able to increase the level of glutathione in the liver by up to 35%. Now, I'm going to talk about milk thistle extract in the next section, but I wanted to sort of mention the fact that this herbal ingredient, just one herbal ingredient, milk thistle extract, has been shown to increase glutathione levels in the liver by up to 35%. So I want to talk about a couple of herbal ingredients that support the liver that are included in Hepa Plus. And the two herbal ingredients are milk thistle extract and dandelion root extract. I'm going to start with milk thistle extract. It's an herbal remedy from the plant known as Silybum marianum. That's just its Latin name. The active ingredients are a group of plant compounds known as silymarin. Now, we use an extract in Hepa Plus because it's more concentrated. It's stronger than just the raw. It's been concentrated. So the particular extract we use is standardized to 80% silymarin, which has all these compounds in it. Silymarin is known to have antioxidant, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory properties. Truly amazing plant, this milk thistle. Extensive research has shown that this silymarin, which is the major component of the milk thistle extract, 80%, exerts a protective and a restorative effect on the liver. So it can protect it before it's damaged, so to speak, and it can then help it recover and restore itself if there's been exposures that have damaged the liver. And it can also stimulate the growth of new liver cells. So like, what more could you ask for? It can protect, it can restore, and it can stimulate new growth. I mean, that's a lot of different actions for liver support. Basically, silymarin, the extract, protects liver cells from damage due to toxins. So it also has the ability to increase bile flow, which in turn improves the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients such as vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin E. So that's like a whole other thing that it can do, helping improve the absorption of fats, soluble nutrients. So it's increasing your levels of those important vitamins. Not to mention, as I said, promoting the growth of new liver cells. So like that's really a lot of benefit for liver support. Now, milk thistle extract has traditionally been used to treat liver and gallbladder issues. It actually promotes breast milk production. It reduces abnormal tissue growth and can even protect the liver from things like snake bites or the more common alcohol and environmental poisons, which is, I kind of wanted to do a little segue before I move on to dandelion to talk about toxicity, the modern world and its toxins. So it's like you were saying, like, well, it's great that your liver gets all these benefits, but like, why? If you're not an alcoholic, and you haven't been exposed massively to chemicals in industry or something, if you haven't some acute exposure. But the fact of the matter is, so we've all had exposures. Think about it. The world we live in now with the levels of pollution, the foods we eat, think about the pesticides and herbicides like glyphosate that are sprayed over everything. They're everywhere. They're even glyphosate's even in the rain. But I'm not even talking about just that one thing. I'm talking about heavy metals. I'm talking about industrial chemicals. I'm talking about agricultural chemicals. I'm talking about, I don't know, just the plastics and the fossil fuels that we're exposed to from vehicles. I mean, the list goes on. Suffice it to say that I myself, I do some liver flushing a few times a year. I don't know, 3-4 times a year I do a juice flush, and I take all different kinds of herbs. In more recent times, I now take, say, 2 to 4 Hepa Pluses a day. And I do take breaks, but I have personally noticed greater energy levels and a clearer head. And with time, it seems like it's cumulative. It's like so that's just a little anecdote from me, one person. But it's like I'm trying to get across the idea that liver support and support for liver function is not just for people who are sick or who have damaged livers or need liver transplants or like had some crazy thing happen to them. It's for ordinary people too. It's for people who, you could even just do this for a while and see if it helps you. But everybody needs liver support, and probably even with increasing age, right? Because these things build up inside of us, and we gotta help that liver regenerate, and the liver will regenerate. The liver has enormous regenerative capacity. You just have to give it what it needs, and give it the ability to have some nutrients that allow it to work at its peak, and it will restore itself. Now I want to talk about another ingredient in Hepa Plus, and that is the other herbal ingredient besides milk thistle, and that is dandelion root extract. It's a 4-to-1 extract. Now, studies have shown that dandelion root enhances the flow of bile, and it improves conditions as diverse as liver congestion, bile duct inflammation, hepatitis, gallstones, and jaundice. I mean, wow. I mean, if it can protect against these major liver conditions, it can definitely help protect and restore your liver from everyday, ordinary exposures. Now, the benefits of dandelion root extract are actually extensive. It's really one of the most effective removers of toxins from the blood, the lymph, and the liver. It cleanses the liver. And it also does things like contains a whole ton of antioxidants. Yeah. Dandelion root. It's a source of fiber and vitamins A, C, K, E, folate, and small amounts of the other B vitamins. It also provides minerals like iron, calcium, magnesium, and potassium. And so I'm running through this list of nutrients. It's nutritious. You know, they used to make dandelion soups back in the day. You know, I remember what the kids in my neighborhood would just pick the dandelions and toss them around or blow the seeds. But there was always that woman on the block who she'd want you to bring the dandelion greens to her, or she'd pick them herself and make that dandelion soup. And she was doing the right thing. Also, dandelion is an immune system booster. Studies have found that dandelion extract has antiviral and antimicrobial effects, really making it antibacterial and an antiviral. It's a broad spectrum antimicrobial. Who knew that? So that may not be the reason you'll take Hepa Plus for its antimicrobial properties, but it's one more thing that's going to be helpful to the body and support liver health. Dandelion simply promotes liver function and is an excellent liver cleanser by itself. Whether you do it as a dandelion tea or a dandelion soup or a dandelion salad or take Hepa Plus. Now it does other things, like it supports the treatment of chronic ulcers and joint stiffness. It's also used as a diuretic for increasing the production of urine. It slows the growth of unhealthy cells, and that test tube studies in vitro have shown that dandelion root extract has the capacity to dramatically slow the growth of unhealthy cells in liver, colon, and pancreatic tissue. So really dramatically slowing the growth of unhealthy cells in liver, colon, and pancreatic tissue. You know, hooray for dandelion. And that's another reason that we have dandelion in Hepa Plus. Now I'm going to talk about a few key ingredients that are sort of, one's an amino acid, and two are micronutrients. The first is ornithine, which is an amino acid. Now, why would we put ornithine in Hepa Plus? Well, ornithine is an amino acid that plays a key role in the urea cycle and thereby allows the liver to eliminate the toxic buildup of ammonia. Ammonia has to be eliminated from the liver, and ornithine helps do that because of the role it plays in the urea cycle. But the urea cycle is one of your body's primary waste management systems. I mean, it allows for the disposal of excess nitrogen. Basically, ornithine takes ammonia, and which is a waste product of amino acid breakdown from proteins, and it converts it to urea. This is the short version. And once it's converted to urea, the kidneys can then excrete it as urine, or in the urine. So ornithine plays a really, really important role in that. And the liver is related because it's the urea cycle that removes ammonia, which is done by the liver. Ornithine has actually been used for cirrhosis of the liver. It's been a form of ornithine, for example. It actually, when people have been supplemented with ornithine, it improves, it attenuates fatigue. It actually improves energy levels. So you can see all of these things start to work together. And now the next nutrient I want to talk about is selenium. It's a trace mineral. It's non-metallic. And selenium, and the next mineral I'm going to talk about, molybdenum, are really essential minerals in the synthesis of enzymes which support liver detoxification. So one of the primary reasons we include these minerals is that they support the synthesis of the very enzymes that are required for detoxification in the liver. So they did, for example, a meta-analysis of patients with liver disorders, disorders as diverse as cirrhosis, hepatitis, and even liver cancer, actually. This is a meta-study. And they found significantly lower levels of selenium in these people than in controls. And It also showed that a higher selenium level was significantly associated with a 41% decrease in the incidence of significant advanced chronic liver disorders. So what that meta-study shows is that there's less selenium available to the people who've had these severe liver disorders, and that higher selenium levels are associated with a decrease in significantly advanced chronic liver disorders. So you do the math. I think selenium is something really, really, really important for liver health. And finally is molybdenum. It's a metal. It's a micronutrient. It has been shown to dramatically inhibit pulmonary and liver fibrosis. And liver fibrosis is nothing more than the thickening and scarring of tissue in the liver. And who needs that? Especially if you're trying to support liver health, right? So molybdenum has also been shown to prevent damage from acetaminophen, which is it's a medication. It's a pain medication, and reduces. It's also shown to reduce heart damage from a type of antibiotic. That's probably not as important as preventing liver damage from acetaminophen. So molybdenum is really a vital part of the process by which acetaldehyde is broken down by the liver. So acetaldehyde is a neurotoxin that is produced when you consume alcohol or suffer from various intestinal fungal overgrowth. So basically, you need molybdenum to break alcohol down. So, but even if you're not alcoholic or drinking too much, the very fact that molybdenum has that ability to clear and detoxify acetaldehyde, if it can do that, then it ought to be able to handle anything that you might drink. So that's why we include molybdenum in Hepa Plus. Yeah, and I also wanted to add, we do have some thiamine in here, vitamin B1, as thiamine HCl, and that is because it has been shown to be helpful to individuals with impaired liver function. So we kind of have the whole gamut of nutrients that you would need. This is carefully crafted, well constructed, and each group of nutrients has its own function. These are all things that sort of work together and will have a cumulative effect far greater than any one individual nutrient could. And you can get it all in one product. And you can get it in a vegan capsule, vegetarian capsule, and it contains no toxic ingredients or colorants, or it has very few excipients, yeah, you can take 1 to 4 a day, and this really, really, really will support liver health. It's been designed to be extremely effective, and I take, like I said, I take 2 to 4 capsules a day, and since I have done that, definitively improved my energy levels and feel better. Now, I'm just a normal person, so if living in this modern world can be made a little easier, and your liver can be helped by taking a product like Hepa Plus, then I think that's probably a really, really good thing to do. Well, I hope you liked this video and maybe learned something. If you enjoyed the video, you can give it a thumbs up, give it a like. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also find all kinds of information about Hepa Plus on our website, www.integratedhealth.com. We also have a blog, integratedhealthblog.com, and we have many products on our website, including Hepa Plus, but other products that are good for the liver and different types of detoxification, as well as a full, complete line of vitamins, minerals, superfoods, and targeted formulas that are designed for everything from your eyes to your joints and everything in between.